You are not your circumstances. You are your response to them. When all odds are against you, when life's plans overpowers yours, you have two choices. First, to let the script be written for you. Second, to rewrite it yourself. Now, let's just give this a thought. In a world where most of our choices are often dictated by others, from the career decisions we need to make to the societal expectations we should meet, it often seems to believe that we are the character in someone else's story. But I am going today to tell you that it can be different. Dr. Martin Seligman, the father of positive psychology, eloquently quotes about learned optimism, the remarkable ability to train our mind to look at challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as a stepping stone to something greater. And this, in my opinion, is the essence of rewriting the story. In finance, we like to control variables, but in life, control is just an delusion. What we can't control is your reaction. And I did not learn all of this from textbooks. This is ingrained in my whole life story. My childhood wasn't an idyllic picture many would imagine. At the young age of 3, when most children rush into the arms of their father, mine was already a memory. And what followed wasn't just a heavyweight sorrow and grief of losing him to a road accident. It was a confusing time of pain, an unspoken fear of having to go up much earlier than what I was ready for. And when life abruptly closed one chapter, it remarkably opened up another chapter. That chapter was largely written by the incredible woman who raised me and my 2 elder siblings, my mother. As the eldest daughter-in-law of a large joining family, she juggled countless responsibilities, silently holding things together at a time when her whole world was shattered. I remember small but significant instances when I was growing up. The delayed arrival of school stationery and school books at the beginning of every new academic year. In a large family, it wasn't getting prioritized. And as a small child, I felt disheartened, especially when I looked around and compared myself to other cousins in the same house. With time, life's challenges did not cease. They merely changed their shape and form. In our professional life, we often equate challenges with numbers, targets missed, deadlines passed, deals gone wrong. But life has a very profound way of handing out challenges to you. No spreadsheet can measure them. Moments that strike at the very core of your being. And it is in these moments that it is dangerously easy to become a victim of your own narrative, as if life has picked up pace and you are merely struggling to survive. Fast forward to 2017, when life took a dramatic turn for me yet again. Now, imagine this: a 7-year-old boy who barely himself understood the complexities of life, finding himself in a sudden strange situation of feeding his mother, wiping off her face, teaching her how to speak, as in A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, nourishing her at a time when he needed it the most. This was my reality. This was my family's reality. My wife Rashmi had a massive brain stroke caused by an arteriovenous malformation. It is one of the rarest forms of brain stroke, and even the access to the best of medical facilities, only 10% survive. And that too, it takes a minimum of 7 years. Mentally, I knew this is not going to be an easy ride, but emotionally and physically, was I ready to face the challenge? Of sure. As much as I wanted to cry and run away, that thought kept haunting me. Will she live? Will she survive? Will I get to see her? Will I get to speak with her? Will I get to hug her? Ever? I grew up several years when I lost my father when I was 3. And today, here again, I was at the crossroads of my life, having no other option but to grow up, face the reality, pick up the challenge. While she battled for her life inside the neuro ICU, I was dealing with my fear and anxiety outside. One single thought and fear of losing her sent cold shivers down my spine. Only I knew what I was going through. I shunned all people. I quit my job. I camped in the hospital and prepared to face life again. I was facing an internal conflict, a conflict of how much to share, how much to hide, a conflict of projecting a very strong exterior, but full of fear and crumbling within every moment. I had to deal with my family in a positive way. I did not allow my parents and Rashmi's parents to smell the fear in my voice. Reality was far dimmer than what I was telling them. And as they say, there is darkness before dawn. One moment at a time, one day at a time, one week at a time. And we were on this journey for almost a month. The doctors had given up, but universe had other plans. One day, there was a small, sudden movement in Rashmi's hands. She slowly opened her eyes. Slowly and steadily, things started to fall in place. One spoon at a time, one step at a time, one alphabet at a time. Rashmi was reborn in exactly 9 months. Yes, she did not take 7 years. This was a positive surprise to the top neurosurgeon in the country, who hadn't seen anything like this in his 40-year medical career so far. Rashmi's survival was beyond science. Rashmi's survival was beyond medical interventions. Her will to survive, her will to live brought her back. It was this phenomenal willpower that helped us to stay together as a family. In the true, literal sense of the word, she was reborn. She had to relearn everything like a new child. And here was my son teaching his mother the alphabets, the numbers, patiently taking care of her, welcoming her back into her second life. I learned something remarkable about myself during this phase. Our mind is supremely powerful and we have good control over it. We just need to shift the internal compass. We just need to shift the perspective. If you allow the mind to get diverted into the negative feelings of fear, pain, and anxiety, you will inevitably get stuck there. This was the time when I, for the 9 months, was taking care of my wife and looking after my son, both as a father and a mother. This perspective was a sea change for me, and emerging from those intense circumstances, I that did not just go back to my old normal. My family and I found a new, a more profound one. It is experiences such as these that teaches us about life's fragilities, igniting a quest for something more profound than the ordinary. A new realization dawned upon me. Shift your perspective. Know that you have the power to shift your internal compass, even if a few degrees, and you will be in a position to alter your path. Embrace challenges. Do not run away from adversity. Lean on it. Remember that each challenge is not just an unwelcome alteration to life's well laid on plans. It is a vital chance for us to learn the first principles of resilience. Our life turned a positive story. Rashmi, who was in a full-time corporate job earlier, began channeling her energy into healing others. All what she got to cure herself, she is now giving back to the society, helping others build a holistic lifestyle, healing their mind, body, and soul. That event triggered a positive transformation, uplifting hundreds and thousands of lives. This is a legacy Rashmi is living. This is a legacy we are living together as a family. I have learned to look at problems differently. The compass has shifted. Meditation has been powering my inner core for the last 10 years. The quality of my solutions, the quality of my decision making has remarkably improved. What seemed to be a linear, mundane path has suddenly become transformative. My family's life has found a new meaning, a new version. We are rewriting the script one page at a time. I will tell you, it was the power of resilience that carried me through the most difficult chapters of my life. When I lost my father at the age of 3, when my wife's survival hung in balance. In those moments of uncertainty, it was the positive transformation of resilience and perspective that helped us rewrite our story. Rewriting your story does not need a life-altering event. It starts today. It begins with the conscious choices you make every moment, the positivity of thoughts you inculcate, and the determined actions you begin to take. Do not let life's inevitable challenges narrate you. Pick up your pen, embrace your power, and start writing your own extraordinary narrative. Thank you.